Hi students, welcome to Ignis Education. Now today I'm going to talk about a very interesting organ. The organ is called heart. Now for the heart, we'll start from the definition itself. Heart, a hollow muscular organ that pumps blood through circulatory system by rhythmic contractions and dilatations. Now from here we get to know that the heart is a pumping organ. It moves. Now let's see from this point, muscular organ. Now muscular organ, I'm going to go straight to the structure. Now this is a structure of a heart. Now, but it's a simplified version. Okay, it doesn't follow the anatomical structure of the heart because we will make things much more easier for us to understand. Now this is the heart. Heart has four chambers, which is the atrium, the upper region, and the ventricle, the lower region. Now, other accessories, we talk about the blood vessels. We have superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava, which brings deoxygenated blood from the upper part of the body and the lower part of the body. Okay, from there we will see a tricuspid valve. Okay, tricuspid valve, and we have the right ventricle, of course. From the right ventricle, we can see another large arteries, which is called the pulmonary artery, which brings the blood, deoxygenated blood, to the lungs to get oxygenated. Now let's go to the left side. Now on the left side we have pulmonary vein, okay, which brings the oxygenated blood from the lungs to enter the left atrium. From the left atrium it goes to the left ventricle through a valve. It's called the mitral valve or a bicuspid valve. From here the blood will send to all over the body through a aorta, okay, aorta, where it has a valve also, which is called the aortic valve. Now this is a basic structure which I explained. Now we see how the blood moves. Now after your blood is being deoxygenated, it will enter through your right atrium via inferior vena cava and superior vena cava. Once it enters your right atrium will go for systole, squeezing. Once it goes to systole, the blood will pass from here to here through tricuspid valve. Okay? When your ventricle goes for systole, you have to remember that your atrium is actually in a diastole stage, means relaxed stage. Now, when your ventricle goes for systole, the blood will pump through the lung via pulmonary artery. Remember, pulmonary artery is the only artery in human body system which brings deoxygenated blood. Now, when it goes to the lung, it gets oxygenated. Now, the oxygenated blood will enter the right atrium via pulmonary vein, the only vein in human body system which carries oxygenated blood. Once it enters the left atrium, the left atrium will go for contraction, or we call it as systole. When it goes for systole, the blood will push to the left ventricle. The valve will get closed to make sure that there is no backflow. What is the valve? It's called mitral valve. Now once the valve closed, now here the ventricle will get systole. Once the ventricle gets systole, what happens? The blood will pump to all over your body through aorta. Okay. Now, by looking at the structure, we can see that there's a difference in the thickness of the wall. Why? Because here in the left ventricle, you need thicker muscle so that it creates higher pressure. It can contract much more stronger to push the blood to all over your body. Now, when you see the right ventricle, the muscle thickness is thinner. Why? It just need to push the blood to your lungs. Okay? Now, looking at this system can be divided into two systems, which is the pulmonary circulation and systemic circulation. When you talk about pulmonary circulation, okay, it occurs only at your right side of your heart, where heart, deoxygenated blood from the heart goes to the lung, get oxygenated, enters the heart. From this point, your systemic circulation starts, where the heart, oxygenated blood, it goes through all over your body the body, the cells will receive oxygen and pick up the deoxygenated blood, and it goes back to your heart. Okay? Now, talking about circulatory system, you need certain system for the circulatory system to work well. Now, this system is held by artery, vein, and capillaries. When you say arteries, they are elastic, they are thick because they contain very high pressure, and they are made of ring of muscles. You know, they are circular. They have few layers of muscles. Okay, so the blood moves here. Now, in veins, and most of them, not most, all of them brings oxygenated blood beside what? Pulmonary artery. Now, when it comes to vein, they have valve. They have valve, okay, to prevent the backflow of the blood, low in pressure and large in diameter. They don't have ring of muscle. They have only one large diameter with valve. Now, most of them brings deoxygenated blood except pulmonary vein. When it comes to capillary, they are one cell thick, easy for diffusion, for oxygen diffusion, and they highly branched so that they can supply all over the body. Okay, now this is the basic structure from the arteries to the capillaries. The red one indicates oxygenated, the blue one indicates deoxygenated. You can see the valve here so that it prevents the backflow. Now let's go for a physical demonstration. This is your 4 chambers of your heart. I'm going to place it on like this. The green one indicates deoxygenated, the red one indicates oxygenated. Okay, the top is the atrium, the lower one is the ventricle. In the between here, you have your tricuspid valve and you have your bicuspid valve. Okay, now both the atrium will go for systole at the same time and push the blood to your ventricle. Once the blood is in your ventricle, both tricuspid and your bicuspid valve close to prevent backflow. Now, your atrium goes for diastole, relaxation. Now, then your ventricle will go for systole, and it will push the blood to the lungs and all over your body. Okay, then both your atrium and your ventricle will go for diastole, relaxation. So for a continuous sequence, it's like this: squeeze, blood goes here, relaxed, squeeze, blood goes to the lung, to all of your body. Both the 4 chambers go for relaxation. The heart will get filled by blood. Now, how else you can study the heart? Now, you can study the heart via ECG, echocardiogram. It actually gives you a graphical interpretation of your heart rhythm. Besides that, you can also study your heart via a stethoscope, where you can hear the sound lambda, which is actually indicating the closure of your valve. Now, students, that is a brief explanation of the heart. Now, for further information, come and join us as IGCSE Education. Thank you.